How we doing, people? Today I'm going to be doing Ben Lawes in Scotland. It's the 10th highest Munro, and yeah, it's just above Loch Tay as well, which is in Perth and Kinross. And the weather's quite good today. It's a bit overcast, but apart from that, it's decent temperature. It's not too warm, which I like for hiking. It's quite cloudy. It looks like a bit of fog over there in the hills. But yeah, it's going to be good fun. And I think there's a few other hills I'm going to be doing as well. I'd also say that this sort of material there, this is just an Under Armour tracksuit. This sort of material from JD Sports, it's good for hiking in, especially on a hot day as well. But even on a day like today, when you start to get warm, coming up the hills, and then you realise you need to take your coat off. It's quite thin material, so it's good for if you sweat a lot as well. But yeah, just to think, it's Sunday morning. Most people be absolutely hanging from the drink. Well, the majority of people. Well, you've got a place like Jedburgh where you've got like the old prison there. I think it's a prison anyway, and you've got places like Dumfries and Galloway as well. Some nice hills around there. But I like to come here because I like to tick off the Munros a bit. Yeah, it seems quite quiet today. First of all, it is a Sunday as well, which is usually the days. I always get Sundays and Mondays off, so they're the days I go hiking, in particular Sundays. Sometimes I might have a rest on a Monday, but yeah, it's nice and quiet. And there's something about hiking in this kind of weather when you've got a bit of cloud on the mountains. It gives you that atmospheric look. It's not the most stable, this camera, but this selfie stick for my phone, but do my best with it. It does wobble about a bit. If I could film all day on this phone, the battery would still be going strong. I noticed these iPhone 17 Pro Maxes have amazing battery power. Yeah, so far nice terrain coming up. It's quite rocky, but there are a lot of flat bits like this as well where you're not skidding about trying to get up. So if you want to do these kind of walks, you don't need to actually go all the way up a mountain to get a good view. You can get it from here. where there's a bit of history though. Where there's a bit of history, you've always got a good atmosphere. And places with history and stuff, a lot of cities tend to survive quite well in the UK. So I'm obviously not that far now. I think this is Ben Lawes. I don't know, it might be on the other side. I think it is this one. You see you've got tons of forest land over there as well. There's quite a lot of that in Scotland, tons of it. Because there's a large forestry industry in Scotland. So I was speaking to a couple of people before, and they were saying they were going to follow the channel, which is good. Obviously, when I'm filming things like this, a lot of people are obviously going to show interest when I bump into them, and they're likely to follow something like this as they're interested in it as well. And they said, do you use TikTok? And I said, no, because TikTok for me is just a waste of time. I'd much rather just upload to YouTube and YouTube only, because I know if I upload to YouTube, I'm going to get real people watching the channel. Not just people who are out there willing to consume just junk and they're just scrolling through junk, because that's all TikTok is. And any sort of social media platform to me is just a waste of time. I've come off all of social media. That was one thing, that a lot of people are too frightened to go and do things on their own because they think that they need other people to do things with, and you don't. When you do things like this, and the one thing I've learned is that if you're hiking with someone who's not as fit as you, you've got to wait around for them. Or if, you know, when you go and do things by yourself, you're left to your own devices, so everything becomes a lot more easy. I don't personally try and avoid people. I am quite a socially outgoing person, but I like to do this kind of thing by myself because I know that I can go at my own pace, and I'm not under any pressure from other people or anything like that. So if you're someone who struggles to get out there and do things by yourself, just go and do it anyway. What have you got to lose? If you do it once, you've tried it. If you do it twice, you know, you might get used to it, and then you might start to enjoy it. So it's always worth a try. Yeah, it is a very long walk, this. I have to say that, especially in this kind of weather. I've already done nearly 3 miles, and that's quite far going up a mountain. come to the first peak now. So I'm about 1,000 metres up. Then on to do Ben Lawes next. Not the most ideal weather, considering it's very foggy, but you just got to get them done whilst you can. You all right? Okay. There does seem to be a growing trend for people seeking comfort through discomfort, and I can really agree on that one. That means like going out, doing something difficult and challenging, but seeing the fun side of it. And obviously I don't come out here to clog myself. I don't come out here to absolutely give myself a good kicking and you know, go up these mountains as fast as I can out like that. But there is like, you can sort of relate to how people would have lived once on back in the day. And it gives you a good outlook on the simple life and the simple way of living. You know, you don't need an awful lot in life to be happy. You can just have the bare minimum. You can, like, obviously in today's day and age, we've got so many distractions. You know, we've got Sky TVs where you only have to grab the remote and then talk to it to play a film. You know, you've got phones, you've got laptops, you've got iPads, you've got video games, you've got like tons of books in the house. Well, some people might. I know I've got loads of books in the house. I like reading books. It's a good hobby. You know, but there's so many distractions out there, and I think that's one of the good reasons to getting out of the house and getting up a mountain or going for a run or doing something fun where you're getting away from home for a bit, because I think being in an environment where you're distracted by things isn't good for you. I don't like it. I don't like noisy environments really. I don't really favour from being in like big busy crowds. Yeah, distractions to me, like, I always find that if I'm in the countryside I can take it all in and live a bit more in the present, but if I'm in a city or like a town that's really busy, I really do struggle to take things in, because you've got so many external factors distracting you from actually living in the present. So I've decided to come back down because it was really foggy. I nearly actually got lost. I went the wrong way before, so yeah, I'm coming back down from Ben Lawes. I'm going to be going down the valley that way. Anyway guys, I hope you all enjoyed that one. Those of you who already are subscribed to the channel, please just give it a quick watch or a like, because it really does help boost the algorithm and the content I create. And I'll always have some more stuff uploaded. So yeah, landscape vlogger. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.